Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to the Real Long Walk. I said walk really weird. Oh man, I said it really weird there, didn't I? Walk. Walk. Why did I say that so weird? I don't know. That's really a weird thing, isn't it? Why do I say things weird? That is a very excellent question. I think it will take historians millennia to figure that out. Hey, historians, if you're doing this, I hope you get paid very well. Otherwise, you have a terrible job. We have to listen to this guy all day. Oh my gosh. Uh, Overtime. Hopefully we get paid extra for that overtime. Shookstorians. Oh my gosh. It'd take a whole class of crazy people to do that. That's a scary thing to think about, actually. What would happen if they went through YouTube, just went through all of YouTube, if the whole thing got archived. This is 200, 300 years in the future. What if they went through everything on YouTube, documenting on it? Yeah, there was this guy who did YouTube videos from 2013 to whenever. What was his deal all about? He said walk really weird there. Then he talked about it for a while, and then he's on to us. Yeah, that would be a strange thing. I mean, when you think about it, though, what will happen? I mean, will the internet just continue being like the internet? Will there be like a internet number two? Kind of like there was the Nintendo and there was a Super Nintendo. Will the internet be like? Will the internet become the Super Internet? The Internet 64? The Internet Cube? Is that what it will progress to? Maybe perhaps when it changes the exactly what it could do. Perhaps if it ever gets to the point where it can actually transmit. VR is getting really high up there. What if it starts to transmit stuff like holograms? And that's what it does. You're like, I'm gonna go on the super internet, walk around Rome. Check out the sights. In my own house. Maybe catch a movie in Rome, which would be a really weird thing. Being in Rome, doing exactly what you do at home. That would be weird, actually. That would actually be a very weird thing, actually being in virtual reality and watching just sitting there watching a movie that you could just be sitting in your own room watching. That you're technically are sitting in your own room watching, but you're pretending, but you're in VR. You're doing it kind of somewhere else, very similar. You know what I mean? It seems very strange. I'm sure that'll happen, because it's too. If the technology ever gets there, then that would definitely happen. People would use, this astounding technology for the most mundane use ever. Which is probably what I would do. But yeah, then there could also be, the internet could evolve to actually transmit, like atoms, I guess, to where I'm gonna go shop on Amazon, and then about this, and then materialize, and it does like exactly like in Star Trek. It's beamed into your house through the internet. That would be wild. you would wonder, if there were to be such a jump in advancement like that, whether or not they would continue to keep working on the same infrastructure or something. Like I said, the internet as we know it, or would they just be like, okay, guys, on November the 1st of this year, it's the brand new internet coming out. Set your calendars. Get ready to make brand new emails. Actually, would emails even be a thing in that? That's a question. This episode started very weirdly. I did not have this topic to talk about. Those are my favorite type of topics. Yeah, that would be very weird. Let's all stand in line at Best Buy, wait for the new. Yeah, if it were to happen, I don't think there'd probably be anything comparable to it. To even be able to get close to guessing what would happen. I mean, it would be very strange. It would be very, very strange. Then again, I don't really know. I know I've always heard that Al Gore invented the internet, but wonder how did it really, really, it was built up, but what did it really start with? I know that there were. I've heard people talking about these things called MUDs that they used to play. It's similar to kind of like MMORPGs, only way less graphical, very text-based, kind of like a text adventure. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly the evolution of the internet. That's actually something that would actually be something that I should look up. That sounds actually very interesting now that I think about it. The history of the internet. When did it start from? When did the first porn get on there? Very, very important, crucial questions, to ask, oneself. But anyway, yeah. That was not a topic I meant to get onto. But you're welcome if you enjoyed it, I guess. And if not, then I'm so sorry. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. Mine's been alright. Still suffering from the lack of motivation. I guess I'll keep mentioning that, until I do get it. Maybe it'll help me get it back. Maybe you guys will be like, Shook, you gotta shut up about it. It's getting old. And and then that'll be a kick in the butt to be like, it is getting old. I do have to step it up. I gotta get that spark back. Gotta, except when when farting, don't light the spark then. But another time, you can light the spark. I like how I said that. Like I spend like 95% of my time farting, so I have to wait. Like it would be like an extended wait to light it. I don't think it's quite 95% of the time. So that would be inaccurate. But yeah, wow, that was a very, very awkward thing to put a pause there with. Let's talk about farting, and just end it. With 15 seconds of silence. I know how to do things like talk about stuff. But yeah, I've yesterday I only put out one video, and it was the Two Broke Gamers video. If you haven't checked it out, you should. Speaking of internet technologies, there's multiple times now that a robot with a penis has been involved on the internet. Actually, I'm sure if you looked it up, you'd find a lot of examples about that. But I would not suggest it. Don't look that up very much. Just use the examples that Tonic and I have set forth. You know, in our videos to date. You son of a squid! Is this my life now to swim? Dadgummit! I thought I was turned enough to ignore it. Stupid freaking squid. Anyway, as we swim along, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Sunday I put out Bastion, which dang it, I was gonna get that. Did I get it uploaded? No, I didn't get it uploading. I was gonna get that uploading while I'm recording this. Dadgummit. I recorded 2 videos on Sunday night. And it's a really great game, by the way. Really great game. I enjoyed it. I'm going to play some more at some point today or tomorrow. And yeah, it's a really nifty game. Kind of hate that I hadn't played it before now. By the way, that noise is getting really annoying. The splishy splash noise. Okay, good. There's land over here. That right there is boat making land. But yeah, really nifty game. It's I think I'd heard some things about it. One thing that's really cool about the game is it's completely it's fully narrated. Like every action, well, a lot of the actions you take, a narrator says stuff, and it's very nifty. It's got a good sense of humor too, to go along with it. Very cool art style. Very nifty art style. Is this a spawner? Oh, that is a deep cave. We are not going down there. Yeah, very, very cool game. I'm actually having trouble thinking of stuff to say about this really cool game, but maybe once I get out of the water and quit hearing the splishy sounds, I can think a little bit better. Probably wouldn't hurt to keep a spare boat in my pocket, just in case. We're not, but I am at this point saying it would be a good idea to start doing it. You know, because that's me. I come up with good advice and then totally don't follow it. That's how I roll. But yeah, it's really cool art design in it. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm not the most knowledgeable artistically. But yeah, it's just got a very nifty art design. I don't think you would call it cel-shaded, or nothing like that, but yeah, it's just, go check it out. Episode 1's out there, so go watch it. If you know, see if it's what you enjoy. One problem I do have with the game is the checkpoints are well, not really checkpoints, I should say. Save points are not how I would like them to be. You know, especially for somebody doing videos. I like to be able to say, here, at this point forward, I'm saving this. All my progress is saved. This is done. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I, stop, recording, I click set, I exit out of the game, and my progress is saved from that exact point. So, I don't have to worry about that. And, a lot of games are like that. And I like it that way. I don't like having to rely on checkpoints to save your game. Because I don't have the best eyesight, so I'm easily able to miss some things. So I may not realize that there's a save point, or that I have or haven't done a checkpoint. So yeah, sometimes I miss that. And also for recording, it's a good you know, it makes that easy. You know, you don't have to be like trying to keep playing to get to that save point. You can, you know, if you feel the video has gone on long enough, you can be like save, and then that's the video. You know, sometimes sometimes you don't want the video to go on too long, but then again, you don't want to like split it up either in a way that wouldn't be consistent. And also, you know, if a level took, you know, an hour and a half to do, then that would be a pain. I don't think I would have to worry about that with Bastion. I'm really hoping not. But, yeah. I don't think you guys want an hour and a half long video. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a deal breaker, though. Definitely not a deal breaker. Just, I would prefer it to be able to save and stay saved at as you know, whenever you exit the game or whatever. I'm not sure how long that game is either. I guess I should look that up. I could look that up to find out. I think it's supposed to be it was my impression that it was supposed to be a fairly short game. There's a website, I can't remember the name of it, but maybe it's called How Long to Beat. And it'll actually give you, you know, how long it would take to beat, or on average, how long it takes to beat a game, you know, whether or not you're going, you know, if your pace is very fast, if your pace is normal, or completionist level. You know, it gives 3 different lengths, which is pretty nifty, I think. And I've actually used that on, what did I use it on? I think I used that to kind of tell if I was at the end of, towards the end of BioShock 2, I think. I did that on one game anyway. I was just really curious, you know, how long the game kept, you know, was good, how long I could expect the game to keep going for, and use it. I think that was it. It may have been another game, but seems like it. It wasn't too long ago. It was within the last 2 or 3 months. So, But anyway, yeah. Bastion, go check it out. What else? What else to talk about? I guess I could talk about this. It's something that I've been watching a bit of here lately. Tonic suggested this documentary series to me back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. And I actually watched it. The Netflix. The documentary is on Netflix, but episode 1 is on YouTube. Go to Netflix, YouTube.netflix or whatever, or just, you know, look up Making a Murder on Netflix. That's the name of the documentary. Guess I could have just said that to begin with. Hey, that's the documentary title. W. Turn that upside down. It turns into an M for Making a Murder. But yeah, it's a interesting documentary, I have to say. It could make you feel a little bit angry. I didn't finish my thought there. Did I? Episode 1 is on YouTube. Did I say that? I can't remember if I said that or not. I don't think I did. Yeah, that's why I was saying go to YouTube. It's for episode 1, which is a really cool idea for Netflix. They should do that more often, I think. With more stuff. It might actually make people who would not normally be on Netflix to go on there. I mean, I did. Luckily, I had Netflix about 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. luckily I was able to use a free trial again, so yay that. I will, I'm kind of hating to, but I'm going to cancel it after, towards the end of the month, before it rolls over. But yeah, I watched that documentary though. I did finish watching it. It's very interesting documentary, I have to say. Like I said, not the happiest of documentaries. It's definitely not got a happy ending. Um, but technically, I guess it's not over. The documentary is over, but I guess the situation is not over. So it could possibly, eventually, the situation have a happier ending anyway. But anyway, yeah, I'll tell you what it's about. It's about a guy by the name of Stephen Avery who he got put in prison for raping a lady, and then 18 years later he got out. DNA, newly developed DNA test exonerated him. Said it wasn't him. It actually said, "Hey, this other guy, actually did the raping," and he got set free. And the really crazy thing about it is the fact that he was pretty quickly railroaded through the system. He had a lot of, he had barely any, there was barely any evidence that he did it. The only evidence they really went by was the lady's eyewitness testimony. And that's basically it. But anyway, the sheriff's department was not on the best terms with him or his family, and they did, that through investigation, there was definitely some not good stuff going on behind the scenes. Let's just say it at that. They ignored important things that would have actually got the right guy from the early ons. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, let's just say that it's very, very likely that the higher ups at that police department kind of put them through it, even with doubt that he was the right guy. But anyway, 2 years after he got out, there was another. There was a lady who she got. Like I said, I don't want to spoil too much. Anyway, she wound up dead, and he wound up going to prison for that murder as well. After he got proven innocent, he wound up, involved in a similar situation. And the documentary goes really in depth with that sort of thing, and it's really crazy. The whole thing. So yeah, I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't want to say too much about it, but it is very interesting. I will say that. Very, what's the word? Interesting. Compelling. Ooh, mushroom bomb. Cool. Yeah, I guess maybe compelling is the word. Oh, don't crash the boat. I guess maybe compelling is really the word that I'm trying to say. It, you want to continue watching it, even though it's not, even though it could make you rather angry. One neat thing it does is it does, shine failings, of the justice system that, okay, there's a little bit in there, that people may not think about, very often, stuff that could be incorrect about it. So yeah, it's a good documentary. Very, very interesting. Suggest you check it out. If you don't have Netflix, watch that episode 1 on YouTube and see what you think about it. If it sounds interesting to you. I'm watching it again with my mom. She likes stuff like True TV. She really enjoys watching Cops, 48 Hours, that sort of thing. First 48. She calls it 48 Hours, even though there's another show called 48 Hours. The first 48 is what she means. I did the same thing. But yeah, so yeah, she's enjoying it too. But anyway, yeah, that's the episode. I'll go ahead and call it here. I do sincerely hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.